And I'll just kind of share this very quickly with you. When I was the site manager at Griffiths Air Force Base, the chief maintenance guy that we had, as I jokingly say, you would have thought he came right out of an old sailing ship, because everything about his look, his beard, and just kind of the way he looked like he came off of some sailing ship somewhere. But the manager before me didn't really speak highly of him. In fact, when I was chosen to replace that manager, I was asked if I was okay with him being the senior maintenance guy. And I looked at him, I said, I can put up with you. I think you can put up with me, right? And he goes, yeah. I said, we're good. One of the things that I did is there was a time where I wrote a letter. We were getting ready to go fly, and he was out at the airplane, and I walked out and I handed him a letter that I had written. And I said, Bill, let me let you read this. What do you think about this? And he read it and he goes, who is this? I said, Bill, that's you. This is the employee of the month letter that I'm writing to recommend you for the employee of the month for the whole company. I'm going to be sending it down to headquarters tomorrow. I said, what do you think of this? He goes, really? I went, yeah. And he looked at me and he said, well, when did I do this? Because it's talked about he represented the company to a news thing. And I said, you remember that time where right after we took off, you said a reporter came up and was asking you about us? He said, yeah. I said, that's when you did that. And he never thought anybody would have ever remembered that. But the fact that I remembered it said a lot. And what was amazing is he was chosen as the employee of the month. And everybody was in our office area, and I called everybody in and I called him in, and we just did like not more than a 5-minute thing, but I announced it and I gave him the certificate for employee of the month. But then he was also accepted as the employee of the quarter for the company. And so, but just like I say, when you get off of the idea that it's just all about you and directing people, but you connect with people, even the people that maybe some others think, why are they doing this, kind of thing. And you get them to believe and show that you're observing them and you're aware of all they're doing and everything. That can be huge.